Alright, back to Text 2A video, recording twice in the same day as I like to do. Right now, we just wrapped up the AK-47 GF3 model AK from Palmetto State Armory. Thing's pulling 4 inches with various ammunition. Same various ammo will be used here, some 8-3 Tulamo. I have the hollow point Tulamo, Monarch full metal jacket, and hollow point, and then I've got some Winchester white box and this, expensive for no reason PowerPoint Winchester Hog. I don't see that pulling any better than anything else yet. Now I might try to group with that first just to see what it does, and then roll on to the other ammunitions, see if they open up. If they open up, maybe I'll let things cool off. But we're going to be running the 16-inch, which is longest KS47 barrel that you can get through Palmetto State Armory as far as I know of. I can't remember a longer one being available. This is the 10.5-inch variant. It's a pistol, because I'm not going to shell out all that money for a SBR. And then this is the 8.5-inch variant. So I'm going to expect the accuracy to drop as the barrel length decreases. I did do the velocity testing on all these, and you can see how much drop off we had in feet per second. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the 16-inch. So I'm going to get to that and get it dialed in on steel and back up to 100. Make sure it's on paper, steel, paint, all that, and we'll go from there and be able to run them one at a time. Alright, here we are. I've got her dialed in. She's on steel, nice and straight where I want it to be. Already I can tell you that yes, she is putting tighter groups than the AK-47 was. Kind of expected for me. I don't know about you, but let's roll forward with this, same as I did on the AK. I don't know if you watched that. Some people don't care about AKs, some do, so it depends on how much of my footage you've seen on other particular videos. But let's roll this one out and see what happens. In case I forgot to mention it, we ran from 8-3 from Tulamo to the Tulamo just regular hollow points. Then we went Monarch hollow points, Monarch full metal jacket, and Winchester white box, and the Winchester Hog, which doesn't seem to be anything special as far as getting it on steel or paper for me. But we're gonna go check it out and take our measurements and see how good or bad we did or didn't do. Alright, well, we are back downrange. See what we got here. Surprisingly enough, this thing is opposite from the Palmetto State Armory AK-47. Here, not only are we pulling tighter, we're at, that's probably a 3.5-inch group out of the 8-3. The Tulamo hollow point pulled 2 inches. So it's even tighter than 8-3. Let's see, this was the Monarch pulling 3 inches. Monarch again, I can't remember if it was hollow point first or full metal jacket, whatever I said. 1 3/4 on that, not bad. The Winchester white box bull is, the BS. That's probably 3 1/4, but I get to officially eat my statements on this Winchester Hog, whatever their special bullet name they had for it, that soft point. The sucker's MOA, man. Like all day, that thing pulled 1 inch, and I didn't expect that. For one, it doesn't shoot very well out of the AK. For 2, that was the last 3-shot string out of this. I mean, this thing is, she got warm. I mean, that was it. That's it was 12 rounds, so it was the last 3 out of that string, and it did amazing. So color me impressed. I am very surprised by that. If you own a KS47 and want to hunt, that stuff might be right up your alley. I cannot complain about that one little bit. I mean it's stacking them. Yeah, and this is a 3-9. It's not nothing spectacular. It's doing fantastic. So with that being said, if you like the results here, we're going to go ahead and back it up, cut film, and we're going to go to the 10.5-inch variant and see what that pulls for us. This is the 10.5-inch variant. Going to be the same barrage, the 8-3 from Tulamo, the hollow point, the Monarch hollow point, and Monarch full metal jacket, then the Winchester white box, and then the Winchester hog, whatever they call it, the power point. She is. Let's go back down range and take a look at things and see what they look like. Alright, back down range here with the 10.5-inch variant. The let's see, we're pulling 2 3/4 off the 8-3. The hollow point, it's about 2 1/4. This is some of the Monarch. It impressed me on this one. It was it's about 1.5 inches. That one actually did very well. The other one, I can't remember if it was the hollow point or the full metal jacket I shot first, but the second one that pulled up into 2 3/4 on that one. This opened up wide. I barely hit the bottom of this. This stuff was jumping all over. This is that Winchester white box that I'm really not fond of. So, I mean, it's just shy of 4 inches. I'd call it 4. But again, this hog, Winchester hog stuff, it's dang near stacked 2 of them, and it pulled about 1.5 inches. I mean, 1.5 inches out of a 10.5-inch barrel from someone that just doesn't typically shoot very far. Like I said, all the crap I was wanting to talk about it for the AK-47, I retract this statements and can admit that it works in some stuff and maybe not others, like any other ammo. So we're going to go start all over again with the 8.5-inch variant and see what we get out of that. Alright, this is our final string, 8.5-inch KS47, so I'm not going to be surprised if it opens up even more. I don't know why it wouldn't, but let's get it over with. should be it. My setup here is killing me because I simply do not have enough rifle here to be able to work on this sled as well, so I'm just doing what I can to make this little short dude work. Pain in the butt, but it's okay. It's done, it's over with. We're gonna check out how we did, and I will say there at the end I was getting to where I was relying on myself more than the sled just a little bit, because I was trying to pull in, and my box of 44 Magnum rounds here that I was using as a support for the back of this thing was, you know, starting to give up and not be able to do its job that it's not intended for. So we're going to cut, go check that out, and we're going to wrap it up here. Alright, it's going to be our final set of groupings for the 8.5-inch KS47 out of the lineup of the 3. And she opened up as bad as I thought she would, if not a little bit worse. Let's see, we're at 3 3/4. That's on the 8 3. This guy here, I can't even call it because, I mean, 2.5 inches, but I've got a flyer that I don't know where it went. It's, some of this stuff was opening up pretty bad with 8.5-inch variant. This right here is some of the Monarch. I believe this is the hollow point, 3 1/4 inch group. You know, I can't say I'm upset about that. This guy opened up a lot. That's 5 inches between the two. We have a flyer that no telling where it went. This did group 3. This one was the full metal jacket, I believe. So you're at 3.5 inches on this. A couple of them were pretty close. Looks like the hog, it's a hog pulled 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 on the hog. I had expected it to do that out of the 16-inch variant, just like the, you know, the AK, because, you know, I just wasn't out here fully prepared for this thing to, not this thing, but the 16-inch variant to group as well as it did, because I just never really tried, and it's pretty impressive for the most part for not being something that I spent a lot of money on. So there you have it. Tune in next week. We'll be back with whatever I come up with, whatever you guys want to see. I can try to pull it off between what I have, and I do have some magazines on the way that I will test in the KS47 and the AK variants that are AC Unity. I've not found coverage of those in reviews. I bought a couple 40s and a couple 30 rounds. Let's see if I can do some function tests, some drop tests, check them in a couple variants, you know, see if it's worth buying or not. The lack of reviews, maybe say, hey, I bet my AK guys and the KS47 guys that are looking for something cheap, they want to find out if it works or not. So it does have a front and rear metal locking lugs. I don't know if the full thing, you know, if it's a full steel piece insert for the lips being reinforced as well or not. But whenever I get them, tune in next week and I should be able to come out here and beat them up a little bit, drop them, kick them around, slap them, see if they're going to work or if they're going to be a big fat pile of crap, save you a couple bucks. All right, see you guys next time.